Good morning, fuckers, and welcome to another day at the Daily BM. Mikey, what's going on?
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Daily BM.
Why are you so fucking prim and proper? And I'm coming in, hey, fuckers, what on? And you're like, good morning, everybody. How are you today?
Because I'm educated.
Oh, that's true. So I think today we're going to talk about. Oh, yeah, true. I have none. But you know what? I think we're going to talk about wieners and vaginas today. What do you think?
Oh, that sounds exciting. Let's
no,
go.
No, I'm just kidding.
Bear with me for a second while I close the blind.
Close the blinds. So let me ask you something real quick.
Yes.
So did you were you a ladies' man back in the early days, or were you kind of less like
no, not at all.
Oh, so you weren't going after like chasing tail?
No, it was too dangerous.
For our listeners overseas, for our English people, were you chasing birds?
I don't even know what a bird is. No,
a bird is a girl.
Dangerous.
A bird is a girl. It might be. I don't know.
Bird
like,
is the
hey,
word.
You chasing those girls? No, it's kind of like how we say chicks. They say birds. They call them birds. Get it?
Gotcha.
That's where I guess America has to do everything fucking backward. Like everybody. They call it birds.
We like call them young.
Yeah, we're like this. We like the chicks better, especially if we're in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Ooh, bird. Hey, have you watched that new Netflix show, by the way?
Which one? There's like 100.
It's the one about Nickelodeon and shit like that.
No.
It just came out.
Not.
It's gonna piss you off. It's one of those that's gonna make you mad.
Well, then I won't watch it.
But you know what? At the same time, though, dude, there's so much perversion going on in Hollywood. You know what I mean? And do you remember? Do you ever watch Nickelodeon when you were a kid?
Oh, all the time. Well,
okay. Do you remember the Drake and Drew show?
I think so. No.
Okay, well, it was a really popular show back in that time.
Drake and Josh or Drake and
Josh?
Drew?
Drake and Josh. Is that what it is?
Josh and Drake?
Yeah, Josh and Drake.
Victoria, I think Victoria watched that.
Okay, well, the guy that plays, or the guy is Drake, right?
Right.
He, I guess it's alleged.
Right.
But one of the guys, like, that was one of his producers and stuff, like, sexually violated him, dude, like, as a child, as a teen.
Really?
Yeah, dude, it's pretty fucked up. And I mean, you can tell it's fucked him up a little bit. Like, you know, but he was so cool and calm during his interview process, you know, the thing that we only got through the 3 episodes so far.
Oh, okay.
But it's really fucking good. I like documentaries and I like those kind of things because I like to know, because thank God for his girlfriend's mother in this one scene that he's talking about. But thank God that she was vigilant in saying an adult doesn't react or act like this. And so she called it out. And then that's how the process of what we started watching of him getting busted and going to prison for this. But
Damn.
You know, here's my thing with predators, man, sexual predators, or, you know, online predators or whatever it might be. You know, that's why, like, coaches and things like that, I still say you watch them. If you're a parent, you need to be vigilant today because there's so many people that use that as an outlet to get close to a child. So I know for, like, myself, I have to go through a background check, and you can still miss stuff. You can have no history because you're getting away with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For all you know.
You never gotten caught.
You've never gotten caught yet. So I still say, as a parent, don't trust anyone. I mean, you shouldn't trust me. I mean, and what I mean by that is, even though you like me and we get along, yeah, come for your daughter, Chuck. But
wow, you just made that really bad.
I know. I come for your daughter, Chuck. But I was just doing the Beetlejuice thing. But no, but all joking around. Well, you know, whatever. You know, it was funny because before the show, Mike was talking. Let's just sidebar for a second. Sorry, guys. We're going to take a right turn. Mike was talking about, because we were talking about, like, in high school, you know, I was very promiscuous in my youth. And
I thought that's where you're going with this. And
I totally went with that. Well, because we started with the Netflix show.
Pedophilia. I was like, wait, a lot of chicks when I was a girl. Is this a setup? Are you about to Chris Hansen my ass?
I was baiting you in, man. I was baiting you. You pervert. I'm just kidding.
Are you about to Chris Hansen my ass?
Hi, this is Brad with NSNBC Dateline. And I am here to tell you, Michael, what were you going to do with that 6-pack of condoms and 6-pack of beer?
Your mom.
God, and she gets off cheap on this one because she's, no, I'm just kidding. But anyway, She does it for free, so I don't know why you brought goods. But anyway, what the hell was I saying? We were talking about being promiscuous. I know I'm all over the place this morning. Sorry, guys. I've had like 3 cups of coffee and I'm freaking jacked. But
With caffeine,
but I
not
was
in
I was
size.
promiscuous in my youth a lot. You know what I
Right.
mean? And you said something funny because I said you were like, "Man, I was raised in a different era because of what? Because of AIDS, right?"
Yeah.
Like AIDS was
My
scary
high
to you, so
school
you
my high
didn't have
school was a
sex
my high
because
school
you
was
were
a little different for me, but that's because I was, like, more of a germaphobe, I
right.
guess.
So I was like, I said, "Oh yeah, dude." I started worrying about that because even Freddie Mercury, got AIDS. So I started going, "Oh my god, I have AIDS." And what did you say? You said, "That's only it was only a gay thing in the early
Well, no,
'80s."
what I said was
Thank
okay,
God.
so what I said was when AIDS came out originally,
Correct.
the news and everything was reporting it that it was a homosexual disease, homosexually transmitted disease. Um, like in the late '70s, early '80s, if you
Right.
remember. So a lot of people weren't taking it seriously because they were like, "Oh, it's only if you're gay."
Right. And I went,
Um,
so
in the '90s, like for me, it was a lot more prevalent, in
right.
my opinion. So was a lot of the other sexually transmitted disease. I remember vividly sitting in like sex ed class when I was like young. Like maybe this might have been late '80s, early '90s, but it was in my impressionable years. And they did a chart where they were like, there's Mary and Jimmy's a virgin. He's never had sex before, but Mary's had sex with this guy. And then this guy's had sex with this girl, and this girl's had sex with this guy. And his whole chart goes out. So little Jimmy's had sex with over 5,000 people. And it only takes this one random person out in the stratosphere to have AIDS. Now everybody
Everybody's
has
got
AIDS,
AIDS.
including little Jimmy. Including little Jimmy. And Jimmy's only had sex one time in his whole life, and now he's gonna die
You
a
have AIDS.
horrible death.
You have AIDS.
Yeah,
That's all I think of every time.
that's what I remember. Yeah, Peter Griffin.
Yeah, they totally fucking.
Not
I mean,
HIV, but full blown
not
AIDS.
HIV, not HIV, but full blown AIDS. Yeah, you know what though? I mean, fuck, dude. I mean, but it is true, dude. I can't tell you how many times I played craps with my dick. You know what I mean? Like literally, I was like walking through the halls going like this. Ah, cool. Yes, sevens. You know what I mean?
Jenga.
Jenga, motherfucker. Yeah, live another day. Fuck another day. Whatever you want to call it. But yeah, dude. I mean, looking back, hindsight being 2020, I'm like, Jesus Christ, man. I'm glad I didn't come down with nothing. So, you know,
Yeah.
but that's the difference between being young and dumb and full of what. Now we're just dumb as adults, so it doesn't really matter. But
Yeah, I don't think nothing's changed.
yeah, yeah, but kind of have to
Yeah, I don't
agree.
think nothing's changed.
Not really. But back to the Netflix thing. So when do you start on Nickelodeon? When do you take the job with Nickelodeon?
I already did. I got
Oh, okay.
fired.
You got they gave you your pink slip and didn't tell you why.
Yeah, after they kicked me out of the church, I thought Nickelodeon would be a great home for me,
Which is
but
the next bet,
that
the next
didn't
safe bet.
that didn't happen. The Catholic Church kind of ruined it for me. Just kidding.
So now you're just applying to be a priest.
No, I was a priest.
Oh, you got kicked out of that already? Damn. But
Just kidding.
no, just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway,
This is
yeah.
the end.
So that Netflix special, man. I mean, I think you would really like it just because of the fact of, as a parent, and
Right.
you having children or a child, should I say,
Mhm.
you have to be more vigilant today. And I think it's because of the fact of how we're so interconnected,
Right.
with so many resources and being able to get around stuff. I mean, like when you look like the guy was this one guy that got arrested. I'll just tell you this one because this one actually it was sad,
Mhm.
but at the same time, it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, what the
Right.
fuck is wrong with you to send a child a naked photo of yourself as a grown man and think that that's okay? I mean, where the hell do you put in your mind, hey, you know what? I think I'm going to put my wiener in my hand, masturbate. I'm going to masturbate and take a still and send it to a fucking 15 or 14-year-old and go, hey, just so you know, I'm thinking of you. Wait, what?
That's not okay.
That's not okay, man. I mean, there's
No, not
something
okay, not
serious.
okay at all.
Let alone a girl, and then send it to a boy like that too, or whatever. I mean,
Yeah,
what the
yeah.
fuck is wrong with these people?
Mm.
I think that if you seduce a child, you should be castrated. That's just me. Yeah, I'm that guy. I think your balls should get cut right off. And but
Oh,
again,
you're much more lenient than me.
yeah, I know you'd be like cut their wiener off the whole 9 yards. They'd be peeing in a cup, through a
I
straw.
don't know, man. No.
Or you're thinking
19
death.
19-cent bullet, build a family.
Damn, fuck. Why don't we just pull out the old French guillotine and go ahead and put the little bastards down?
Because then somebody has to clean it, and I don't wanna make that mess.
I don't want none of your pedophile blood on myself.
And it's just a 22 round through the eyeball into the skull, let it rattle around, no clean, no mess, no fuss.
Damn.
Throw them in the bonfire.
I've always, I guess, we should do a little bit more research on that. But I'm thinking to myself, but no, you know what? Fuck it. I don't have to do research. You're fucked up. If you fuck with kids,
Me?
no.
Oh, no.
I said if you, well, just, do I really have to freaking say that one?
I didn't know where you're going. I thought
we
maybe you're
kinda-
segueing
we
again.
already
I thought
have.
maybe you're segueing again.
We already know we're a little freaking stupid, but
Uh-huh.
but that being said, there's got to be something seriously wrong with you if you're messing with kids, dude. Um,
Yeah, I mean, I've had this debate before.
I like what we do in our own home county because I like to see these dumb fucks get in trouble. They like get in serious trouble here in Polk County, because we live with everybody in the United States pretty much knows who Sheriff Grady Judd is just because of what he does and what he says. You know what I mean? But I really like
Yeah.
the way they set up their stings.
Uh-huh.
And then I love the press. Have you ever watched his press conference after those?
All the time.
They're the fucking
Puts
best.
a little picture on the
Yeah,
thing
he
on the
puts the
table, and he's
picture
like,
there.
"This guy right here.
This
Let
guy.
me tell you a story about him."
This guy right here. And he says it with that country boy,
Yep.
sheriff. This guy right here. Now, I don't know what he was thinking, but he obviously wasn't thinking because,
Especially in Polk County.
especially in coming to this county, he tried to connect with a 12-year-old girl. Hi, that's a special kind of stupid.
Now let me read you an excerpt of what was sent. And I'm like, damn. The only thing that bothers me about that, let me just be candid, is when that guy goes to trial, there's no way that he can have a unbiased jury because they've already got all the evidence when watching it. So, like, I don't know if has that ever gotten anybody off of the charges?
Okay, just want to make
Off
sure
of the charges? Yeah, let me finish what I'm saying. Off of the charges because they were unable to get a non-biased jury? Or is it just dead to rights and they've already got it convicted? I don't
I'm
even
gonna
know.
say I don't give a fuck because if you are guilty
I
as
no,
shit,
I do because if they get off because of a technicality, that pisses me right the fuck off.
yeah, I don't think they would get out on technicality. I mean, even if you listen, if it's in black and white in text, and or they have a photo of me holding my cock in my hand, going, "Hey there, how are you?"
Well-
and I'm showing in writing that I said that, unless it's been a data breach where somebody impersonated me, and then they trace back IP addresses and whatever, and that usually gives it away pretty quickly with the data. Although I don't trust the police either because they convict everybody, and there's times where people are convicted of things that, there's a guy recently just here in Hillsborough County, I believe. He just got out of jail. They convicted the wrong guy. 40 years he spent in prison, and he was wrong. They were dead
Did you
wrong.
watch, speaking of Netflix, did you watch that documentary, American Nightmare?
Yes.
There
With
you
that
go.
couple?
Yeah,
And if it
boyfriend
was-
comes in,
Yes.
tries to get help the cops, and he's immediately suspect number one. He's going to jail. The girl finally comes out, and then they put her on the hot seat, thinking she faked the whole thing. If the guy hadn't have been so messed up that he actually turned himself in, they both would have probably gone to jail.
Well, if it wasn't for the female cop that got
Yeah,
involved
that didn't
with
give
the
up.
investigation,
That didn't
they
give
would have
up.
given up and
Yeah.
just convicted them and said that she was a
Mhm.
liar and put, egg in her face, literally,
Yeah. Yep, and put them both in jail.
And here's the really okay. So, sorry, spoiler alert if you haven't watched it yet. So, click off if you haven't, or fast forward another about 60 seconds. All I'm saying is that all they had to do for the whole entire thing was just left the cell phone on. If they would have left the cell phone on that they had, the guy was freaking sending shit to it. It was pinging her I mean, what the fuck is wrong with you? They would have literally drove right to the place and got him. Like right out the gate.
That's just because the cop immediately made a judgment call. The guy was sitting there interviewing, and he immediately went down a path, and he put blinders on and said, "There is no other way.
This is guilty as shit, right here.
There's no other information. There's no other path."
I feel like once they hone in, it's over.
Yeah,
all those resources go into honing in.
If you go down to the police station and try to work things out, you're going to jail. I think Tom Segura said that in one of his stand-up bits too.
Yeah, you're going to jail.
You know, he's like, I think it was actually, it was because he was talking about the A&E, the first 48 hours, and he says, if you're going down to work it out with the police station, you're gonna do 20 years to life.
It's true. He's accurate as shit, and it's like, you know, it goes back to the old adage,
right?
Just listen and say less, and get an attorney. Because at the end of the day, you know, you could say one thing that looks like it's suspect, and then that's your ass, dude. They hone in on it, and they go after it.
Game over, man. It's game over.
Game over, man. Game over. I mean, that's exactly how it is. And I mean, I'm not trying to like rag on Leo or the cops, because you know, you and I are big supporters of the police. I mean, I am, at least.
Oh yeah.
You know, I used to have a different opinion, but now I'm like, you know what, man? Those guys have a tough fucking job, man. I mean, we deal with the public to a degree, and you know, the reality is dealing with the public is a bitch. It really truly is. So can you imagine dealing with it in a law enforcement way with, you know, people that,
dude, it would be horrible.
And even when they try to build trust, you know what I mean? The reality is, if you're speeding, you know, you sped. Does it suck? Yeah. Does it piss you off? Yeah, but you should be mad at yourself. You're the dumbass speeding, so why are you mad at the cop for doing his job? Did you guys have? I love watching the videos on Instagram or whatever where the people start bitching. Do you have anything else better to do than to pull us over for a fucking speeding ticket when there's criminals out there? Well, yeah, but
you are a criminal.
You're a criminal. You're going 55 in a 30-mile-an-hour zone, dickhead. You know, slow down. I mean, my road out here, it's 30 all the way down it. So I obey the law. I do. I go 30. And they've waved at me before when I've been going 34, 35, like, hey, we're here. Like, they've waved at me, and I'm like, and I just go, thank you, like that, you know what I mean? Because I know they very easily could have pointed at me and said, pull over, and given me a ticket for 5 miles over the speed limit. Instead, they just waved at me and said, and went like this, hey, slow it down a little bit, just a little, slow it down. And I'm like, yes, sir. And I go, woo. That front end goes down on my car. You know what I mean? But I've seen guys blowing down that road. I've seen guys blowing down that road at 55 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Jesus, man, slow the fuck down.
You got lucky.
Yeah, I mean, but you know, but that's what I'm saying. Back to the whole Leo thing. You know, it's like cops are out there to do their job. We see what happens to cities where the law enforcement cuts have happened. Their crime rate goes up. You know, they have bigger other civil problems that they have to deal with. You know what I mean? Because there's no law enforcement. People breaking into windows into cars right in broad daylight, walking right up, punching you in the face, running away, which could happen even with the police presence. But you know as well as I do, when there's a police presence, things go down. When you have to, like, when you're in a city, I'm sorry, New York, I'm going to pick on you, but when you have to call in the National Guard to police your freaking subways, there's a problem.
Wow.
There's a problem. So, again, I'm all for the police, and if you fuck with kids, you get what you deserve. Plain and simple. So, I'll end this on that note. You have anything you want to add?
No, I think we're kind of all over the place with this, but it was good.
Sorry, guys. I won't be drinking as much coffee in the morning before the show, and if not, you know, if I do, oh well, just you have to deal with it. Don't forget, we are on Rumble now, rumble.com, and it's basically a new video source. It's pretty cool. I like it. Go over there, check us out, follow, and subscribe. Or I think it's just follow over there, not necessarily subscribe. You subscribe on our YouTube channel, which is also available. You can also go to thedailybm.com to get to all of our socials. Primarily, we do a lot more on TikTok and Instagram. TikTok for now, anyway. So we'll see how that plays out. So anyway, Mikey, got anything before we get out of here?
No, that's it.
All right, guys, we'll see you tomorrow, and we will catch you on the flip side.
Have a good one.
Deuces.